The ultimate figure it out gig. Trying to salvage a 1996 tracker from the junkyard, which I paid $100 for. Gas tank gone, fuel pump gone, radiator gone, head gasket gone, overheating, front floor on the driver's side gone. Needs lots of repair, but we can do it. Okay, here we're looking at the car. It's a little tracker 4x4. There's the engine. Needs a head gasket. Probably a radiator. There's the front floor on the driver's side. Has to be repaired. The rest of the floor inside is all good, just rusted. We'll repair that. Passenger side front fender needs repair. The back tailgate needs repair right at the bottom. There's the whole floor, pretty rusty, but passenger side, the driver's side is bad. And there's the gas tank. November the 12th, 2017. This is a 1996 Geo tracker that I'm working on, and this is the gas tank, and fuel pump was no good. I had to pull it out so you could see the holes there. I got to tap a few holes on where the pump goes, and I got to tap a few holes there where the fuel gauge goes. Anyway, a couple of studs left. I got to cut them off, and then I got to re-drill those holes. And the same thing over here. There's a couple of spots there where I got to re-drill them and re-tap them and put new screws in with them when I get the new pump. Anyway, that's part of the game. Have a good day. Okay, there it is, November the 12th, 2017, and this is a Geo tracker I bought November the 5th, and I'm getting pretty close to getting it running. There's the tank. And there's all the holes drilled and re-tapped, and I'm going to put all new screws in and a new fuel pump, and I might get it running. Anyway, you all have a good day. December 30th, 2017. This is the head off of my 1996 Geo tracker. It had a radiator leak. The radiator was bad, it was overheating, so I took the head off and I just finished planing it. I'll show all the pictures. And I planed it by hand with sandpaper on a block, actually glass, and then I'm going to clean the head, the block, and then I'm going to put it back together again and maybe it'll work. Anyway, you all have a great day. And there's a picture of the block with the two pistons, 2 and 3 down and 1 and 4 up. I'm going to plane this by hand also with a piece of glass and emery cloth on it and put Dykem on it. There you can see Dykem on it right now, and that's the head, and that's the block, and that's back to the head. And so we're going to do the head here, and you can see some of the head has already been sanded down and pretty much the Dykem is gone. It's just a little more Dykem, and this is the operation that I did to do a piece of glass, tempered glass with emery cloth on it. You sanded it by hand. And there you can see just a little Dykem left on the 2 and 3 cylinder. And there's a stainless steel ruler I put on top of the block, on top of the head, with a light behind it to see if there's light coming through. And there's the ruler again. There's still no light coming through, so it's pretty well good. And I only have a few more little spots to take off, and I may put the Dykem on it again and do it again. And there I re-Dykemed the 2 spots on the 2 and 3 cylinder, and I'm going to sand that down and hopefully it'll be perfect. So just keep watching, you'll see how it's done with the glass and emery cloth. Okay, I just stopped sanding and taking a good look at it, and I only got a little bit of dicum left, just about there, and it's not much, so I may do a couple more runs sanding or may just quit and call it done. Long process. Anyway, there it is. Have a great day. December 30th, 2017, I'm playing this head, and this is how I do it. I'm almost done. And as you can see there's a few spots of dicum left, right there and right there, and I'm going to get that off, and then the head will be plain, then I'll put a square on it and see how good it is. January the 1st, 2018. Happy New Year, and this is the next stage of putting this whole head and intake manifold together after I just finished resurfacing the head. Hopefully it all goes together well, and then I'll mount it on top of the block. You all have a great New Year. January the 4th, 2018, I'm doing a recap on this here 1996 Geo Tracker that I'm restoring. I just put the intake manifold back onto the head and torqued it down, put a new gasket in there. There's the old gasket and the old head gasket. There's the new head gasket with gasket spray, copper gasket spray, which I also put on the old, not on the old, but on the new intake manifold gasket, and torqued it all down, and it's ready to go. And now I just have to put it on the head after I plane the head, resurface the head, not the head, the block, and then try to start it up. Anyway, that's the whole story up till now. Have a good day. January the 5th, 2018, I just finished putting dicum on that whole block, and I let it dry, and then I went on it with this here sheet of emery cloth, and it's mounted on glass, and I went over it about 3 or 4 times, and that's the amount of bluing that's left, and I'm going to keep going and see what I get. And there you can see on 2 and 3 I put a piece of round cardboard in there to keep anything from going down onto the 2 pistons that are bottom dead center. Just did another 10 passes or 15 passes with the sandpaper on the glass, and just a little bit dicum left, and I'm going to keep going. Well, I just did another 10 passes on the head, on the block, and some of the dicum went away, some didn't. There's not much left really, but the only thing that's stopping the dicum coming off is that the water jacket is a little bit proud, but not really proud. Maybe that's the way it is, and I'm not going to keep going and sand down the water jacket. Anyway, that's about it, and hopefully the gasket will take care of it. Have a great day. And there you can see the head is back on with the intake manifold. And January the 9th, 2018, I finally got the head and the intake manifold back on the block with a new gasket, and I put on the intake exhaust manifold and all the other gadgets, and I just have to tighten up the cam caps, torque them down, and put the distributor back in, and put the valve cover on, and then put the radiator in, and hook up the automatic transmission lines to the coolant lines to the rad, and timing belt, and a new water pump. And I might be done. Anyway, have a great day. January the 11th, 2018. I just started up the engine. It didn't start on the first couple of tries, so I set the crank pulley to the timing mark, and I took the distributor cap off and turned the rotor 180 degrees, and started up on the first crack, and she's been running now for about 10 minutes. Got no leaks. The engine sounds good. I'm just waiting to watch the temperature and see if the temperature goes up, but nothing's happening yet. And here's the car that I did before that, another tracker. The fenders, they took them off. The floor is gone. I did that. Put new frames on the floor. Took the doors off, everything off. And here you can see the floor is starting to get repaired. And the back passenger fender, I had to repair that. Same thing on the driver's side, the back fender, I had to repair that. And so you can see the new carriers for the floor in place, and there's a patch on the back fender that's going to get finished. And in the engine compartment, there's the battery that was all rotten, where the battery went. And here's the driver's side patch that I put in. Still a lot of work to do. Here's the floor done on the driver's side. And there it's out of the shop with the front fender on and the hood and the door painted. Same thing on the driver's side there. And the battery compartment is fixed and the battery's in. The other side of the engine compartment was done, and that is all done. And here is outside finished painted with the hard cap on. The ultimate all fix it, figure it outer. Done.